Thank you, Mr. Ibarra. Pastor Hodges, please be seated.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lieutenant Colonel Anthony Simpson.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, sir.
Hey, first of all, Matt, where's Matt? That was a wonderful rendition of the national anthem. So let's give him a round of applause. So I am grateful. I feel honored to be here. I thank Captain Griffith for inviting me to be a part of this ceremony today. First is want to give honor and thank Colonel Washington for showing up, for Colonel Alexander, your commander, Major Baker, you're here as well. Thank you guys for showing up. And so I'm going to get into Jimmy's career a little bit here, but first I want to just express to you guys why I'm even standing here talking today, how he and I met, because it wasn't that long ago. But there was a time just less than a year ago when I had a vacancy in my squadron. I'm a recruiting squadron commander about 30 minutes from here, and had a flight commander vacancy. I had the privilege of, was given the privilege of being able to maybe pick some folks on my own team. You know, as commanders know, you don't always get that opportunity till you get up to higher ranks, maybe Colonel, I don't know, Colonel, like that, Colonel Washington, but General, you know, you take what you get, right? But, so I had a hot job out there to get it, and AFPC said, okay, if you can go find you somebody, then we'll make it happen. And so, Colonel Brady Lee, Patrick Brady Lee, someone I went to school with, Lieutenant Colonel, your previous boss, I let it be known to him and a couple of other peers that, hey, I got this position, I'm gonna find somebody, let me know what you got, you know, help me out here. And Patrick said, okay, let me see if I can do it. I'll get back to you. And I think it was a couple weeks to a month, it took too long. So the bottom line of the story is he's not with us, so I blame Colonel Brady Lee for taking too long. Colonel Alexander might have been that part in that too, but so he came back to me at an air show, McGuire Air Show here on base, and he said, "That job still open that you had?" I said, "Yeah, what you got?" He said, "I think I got somebody for you." And it wasn't the words he said after that. He described you a little bit. That really got me, but it's the look he gave and the feeling he gave me. It was one of those like, I got somebody for you. Eyes wide, kind of look. And you guys know, as time passes, you remember more of how people made you feel than the exact words they said. And I remember how he made me feel just in looking at me and describing you. And so he had me right in the mention, already excited to, okay, I'm gonna see who this Captain Griffith is. And I remember the first time I spoke with you as well. I was at the doctor's office with my wife, and I can't imitate the voice, but it was kind of I remember, yes, sir, kind of coming from me over the phone. You know, he had one of those, even without seeing him, a voice presence over the phone that instilled confidence, that showed that he had confidence, you know, in his abilities. And I remember from that phone call, I couldn't wait to see him. I don't know what I expected, but, you know, we got preconceived notions. I expected some 6'4", you know, smart guy got up to walk into the room. Obviously, he's nowhere near 6'4". Neither am I, though, so that's okay. But he walked in the room, we had to sit down, and he blew me away. He blew me away just with his confidence, his competence, his conviction, his presence, you know, in his uniform and the way he presents himself. And as a commander, you know, if you have the opportunity to build your own team, or in any facet of life, even if I get out of the military, if I have an opportunity to build my own team, I have a short list in my head of folks that I would reach back to, you know, for my career. I remember there was a Major Zach, a Master Sergeant Swisher, and you guys will know these folks, and that's not important that you know them, but know that some of those names I just named are from way back in 2001. Folks that have left an imprint on me, an impression on me with their presence and their ability to lead and their drive for excellence that make my short list, or if I ever need to do something. Whether it's cyber, whether it's opening the business, whether it's whatever, it doesn't matter the function. Some folks have a little something that transcends their specific function, which is cyber for him now. And he has that X factor, whatever it is. And so I saw that when we met that first time. And from that point on, I was trying to get him. And stars didn't align, it didn't work out, so I'm still mad about it. I'm mad at Colonel Brady for that, and Colonel Alexander too. I'm just messing with you, man. But that's okay. We got a sharp lieutenant, and we've had some interactions since then, which I'll talk about later on a little bit. But that's my introduction to Captain Major Select Jimmy Griffith. So I'll talk a little bit about his career for the little bit I know, since he only gave me a little bit of data. We'll work with what we got. But I looked at his bio and a couple of his EPRs, his OPRs. Didn't have his EPRs for me. Yes, it's prior enlisted, and that's already a positive right there. I have a number of prior enlisted officer peers and they come to the table. I mean, you guys know on the field with a little more credibility, a little street cred, something to him. And so he is prior enlisted. But he started his enlisted career in 2002. He started in 2001. He actually was in 2001, but he had his first job in 2002 at Keesler Air Force Base as a command and control tech. And he was at the 43rd Airlift Wing at Keesler. And rather than going into, and for some of these things, rather than going into detail of things he did, I'll give you the takeaway, like something what jumps out to you. Okay, in that job, Airman of the Year for the wing, not the squadron, not the group, for the wing. So first job, shows up, that drive, that excellence shows up already, Airman of the Wing. So it took 5 years for you. But you got it. It's in your records. I saw it. And then he cross-trained. I guess C2 wasn't good enough for him. He cross-trained into logistics. However it worked out. God does things for a reason. Yeah. But cross-trained into logistics, and he was a logistics planner. And so I'll jump to some of the takeaways. DG, Distinguished Graduate, out of the Logistics Schoolhouse. So moved from C2 to logistics, instantly excellence. Airman of the Year, again, in the Logistics Readiness Squadron. Okay, so that's chapter 1 of your career. And then I actually had to ask him today, I think at the beginning of chapter 2, he kind of disappeared off the grid. I said, from 2007 to 2009, what the heck were you doing? Where were you? Because there's nothing. So I guess he decided that he was going to pursue other things for a little while. He got out of the military. And from 2006 to 2009, he was in school. Well, he already had his bachelor's degree in human resource management from Southern Illinois, but then you started working on your master's degree. So he completed his what'd you get your master's degree in?
Aeronautical science.
Aeronautical science. That's not for dumb folks. I tell you what. So he got his master's degree and then decided to come back in and get commissioned as an officer. Was basically an EWO, electronic warfare officer. So chapter 2 goes to OTS and graduated from OTS in 2009 at Maxwell Air Force Base. Then he becomes a combat systems officer in Pensacola, Florida, Naval Air Station in Pensacola. So I'm going to jump to some stuff. He went from there to being an EWO at the Bomber Squadron at Barstow, Louisiana. And then he moved over to the dark side, which is cyberspace ops. I'm a cyber guy, so he moved over to cyberspace ops. So he and I have a couple of things in common. We're glutton for punishment overall. One, we're both cyber. We both apparently like the punishment of being in school too long. He has a doctorate degree, so he got later on to have my doctorate degree. So that was suffering. And neither one of us got the memo that you're supposed to stop at 3 kids. So he's got 5, I've got 5. Oh, no, he loves you guys. He loves you. I love my kids too. I'm messing with him. Nothing to do with him. He loves you guys, trust me. So yeah, neither one of us got the memo. But he started he's basically done his officer career. The other thing we have in common is, as a cyber guy, he hadn't done jack squat in cyber. That's right. Have you done any cyber yet?
I am now.
Yeah. Okay. So I've been in cyber for 18 years, and I've done maybe 6 years of cyber. Done all Air Force had other better things for me. But he's about to embark on his cyber career right now. I guess he's in the comms squadron now. And headed to, already knows the next job is cyberspace ops. So good stuff ahead for him. But he came here, was a flight commander for the 423rd Mobility Squadron. Moved on to be the assistant DO and exec officer for a little while before he moved over to the comms squadron. And so I'm going to summarize, I'm going to recap a little bit and then summarize some additional takeaways again. I go back to Airman of the Year, wing level. Airman of the Year, squadron level, CGO of the quarter, over and over. And been a part of teams that won awards as well. So when I think of Jimmy, I go back to that what I described as our first meeting, our first telephone call, and he exuded what I felt was that X factor, that confidence, that competence, and more than that, in my interactions with him thus far after our first introduction, he also has that empathy, that human element, that empathy, that human element side of him. That he's a spiritual man. So am I. He's actually a reverend. Do some preaching. I don't know if you guys knew that. So I don't do that, but maybe one day. So he's just a man of conviction. He loves his family, he loves his kids. He actually, even though I couldn't get him, he actually assisted our recruiting squadron even beyond thinking he was going to get the job. He sent me 4 or 5 leads, I think within a 2-month period. Have a hard time getting 4 or 5 leads from recruiters, in that short period. And he did that. And he did that just on his own because he believes in the Air Force and what we stand for and his career and what it's done for him, his life, his family. And he just goes and talks to kids about that. I tell folks that I haven't met anyone that's been in the Air Force, whether they did just 4 years or whether they did 20 years or 30 years, that wouldn't say the Air Force has changed their life for the better in some way. And I haven't met one so far. Hopefully there's none in this room. And that's what we share with the kids in recruiting. And he's basically doing that, just telling his story, and folks are gravitating, just like I gravitate towards him. Folks gravitate towards him. And so now this ceremony really represents, I believe, the Air Force not promoting him based on potential to perform in the next higher grade, but actually catching up to where you already are. You're already performing in the next higher grade, and basically the Air Force is saying, okay, let's put you where you belong. So that's what this is all about. And it's not just for you, it's for all the airmen that have helped get you where you are. It's for your family that have gone through the sacrifice, Andy and the kids. They're a beautiful family, right? The kids that have gone through the fire with you at times, and for a long time too. How long you guys been married? Since 2002? 16 years. You tricked her into marrying you 16 years ago, and she's still around, still tricked you. So it's my honor to be here, that you invited me to do this, and it was my pleasure to do it, and I just congratulate you. The last thing I'll leave you with is becoming a major. If I sum it up to you, I'll say you're corporate now. Corporate now. What does that mean? That means you're no longer one of the boys. You're not one of the CEOs that are, just like I was at CGOC, complaining about, how leadership sucks and how they need to do this or do that. And now you see a problem, you do something about it. You have an opinion that's against what leadership has laid out. You say something about it behind closed doors, one-on-one. You express that. And I have full faith and confidence that you have the boldness when you would be willing to do that. But then when you walk out of that office, whether they went with your decision or not, you're corporate. You figure out how to be a part of corporate and a part of and carry the water, so to speak, of what leadership has laid out, mission and vision that leadership has laid out. So that's what's in store for you. And I have again full faith and confidence that you will excel, continue your trend of excellence that you have throughout your career in doing and executing your next frame. So without further ado, let's make it official. All right. Well, it's yours.
Attention orders. The President of the United States, acting upon the recommendation of the Secretary of the Air Force, has placed special trust and confidence in the patriotism, integrity, and abilities of Jimmy Griffith. In view of these special qualities and his demonstrated potential to serve in the higher grade, Jimmy Griffith is promoted to the grade of Major under Title 10, U.S. Code Section 8037, effective 31 October 2018, by order of the Secretary of the Air Force. Ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated. Would the Griffith family please come forward to pin on the new ring?
Come on, team, come on. Be shy now.
Team Griffith.
And then you have to come back it here. We'll give you that.
Okay, you can put down. We're gonna do that.
She did a run through, guys.
I know.
There
Dry run.
you go.
You can do that one. Just like
Help 'em, babe.
other one.
Get some. Got that? I'll get your picture. You sit in. Go sit in. It's kind of hard, guys. It's easier said than done. I need some background.
Do we all stand together now? Yeah. Come stand right here. We'll take a picture. Come stand right here.
This won't happen again for another 17 years.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Can I get one in there too?
Yes, yes.
Thanks, Dad.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as Lieutenant Colonel Sampson administers the oath of office to Major Griffith.
I state your full name.
I, Jim Griffith,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly affirm
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I take the obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservations
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
that I will well and faithfully discharge
the duties of the office
the duties of the office
upon which I am about to enter.
upon which I am about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, Major Jimmy Griffith.
Thank you, everybody. Well, I want to say thank you to everybody who came out today to celebrate with us. I want to thank God. I want to thank the Lord Jesus Christ for just giving me the opportunity to do what I do every single day. And so I'm just so happy for you all to just take out the time to come over here and celebrate with me. Thanks, Ms. Ritchie. Dana, I was not expecting you to be here today, but I'm so happy that you made it. And Colonel Alexander, it's a privilege to have you over here. That means a great deal. And Chief, you know, just kidding. I appreciate you showing up. It just fills my heart full of joy. And I'm just so grateful to be here. It took me a long time to get here. I've been in for 17 years, and but God saw fit to put me here, and I couldn't have done it without God, and I couldn't have done it without my family and all the leaders who have helped me and pushed me along the way. So I'm just extremely grateful. I want to thank my mom. She showed up. Decided to come out here. She doesn't like to travel, so it's a big deal for her to be here. That's a really big deal. And she's gonna take a risk and fly back home, so that's awesome. I'm happy that you showed up. I'm happy that my little sister came out here. There she is right there, Georgina. One of two of my little sisters. Came up here from Louisiana. And my other sister, not biological, but by faith, Sister Jasmine, my friend. She came out. I thank you for that. My aunt, Denise, and my older cousin, Brianna, they flew up here from Mississippi. So a lot of people thought this was a big deal. Then I have my cousin back here. He's from Mississippi also, but he's local. That's my cousin Mark. So I'm happy that you showed up. And I'm just very, very grateful. Colonel Washington, I want to tell you thank you for giving me the opportunity to come over and serve underneath the MSG. It's a big deal for me. And Major Baker, thanks for, giving me the elbow to do a promotion ceremony, because I'm usually, I like to, Colonel Alexander knows, I like to, if I'm not asked, typically I won't push to do it. So I appreciate you doing that. Thanks, Chief, for coming, Chief Sines as well. And so there's so many people out in the congregation, and I haven't forgot you. I haven't forgotten my baby. I'm saving the best for last, okay? I got 5 kids here. But I want to tell Chaplain Wiggins thank you, and Pam, just great folks. And I want to also call out Pastor Russ. I was looking for you. Pastor Russ is the principal of my kids, or he's the pastor of the school that my kids go to. And he took time out of his busy schedule to come over here to do the invocation. He's got a lot of stuff going on. And so I want to tell you thank you for coming over to do that for me. So I appreciate that. I want to thank Ann and Ed Halley, my mother and father-in-law, just great people. People have all these bad stories about their in-laws. I have great stories about them. And I love them. Good people. And Uncle Jack, I appreciate you. Henry, I could just name everybody else out there. Thank you, brother. Tell Evelyn we missed her. Make sure that she knows that. And Colonel, obviously, thank you for coming over to do this. I know you're very busy, but you decided to come over and celebrate with me. I really appreciate you doing that. And just everybody in the group, I just want to tell you thank you. Now to my wife, stand up back there, Ann. Where you hiding? Don't hide. I want to say thank you to my wife, who told me to go back in the Air Force when I got out. He was talking about that 2007 to 2009. She was like, you need to go back in. I was like, well, I'm going to take a break. She was like, no, you need to take a break in the military. So I want to thank you for every day, pushing me, giving me motivation, and just being there, everything that you do. I appreciate you, and I love you. I want to tell David, my oldest, 14, thank you, giving me that drive, motivation, always asking me, Dad, you're going to go do this, you're going to go do that. I'm like, no, Dad's not trying to do all that right now. Well, why not you? I don't know, maybe it's for you to do. So I want to tell you thank you for your motivation. Cheryl, thank you for your motivation, recording the videos, being a good girl. And Daniel and John, thank you guys for just always being, good and stop fighting so much. So thank you for who you are. And then my little girl, Jubilee, for just the motivation that they provide to the family. And I'm not going to forget Frankie. I see her sitting right back there. My little niece. She also provides a level of motivation for us. So she's family. We're all family. And so I think that it means a lot to me for all you guys to be out here and to just take time out of your busy schedule to come out on a Wednesday. A lot of people are going to go out and go have some fun today, but you decided to come out and hang out with us for a little bit. So thank you very much. Thanks, Mr. Davis and Earl and your wife, Cinnamon. God bless you guys. Thank you, Lieutenant DeMoss, for putting this on. He was like, I want to do it. I'm excited. So thank you so much. Lieutenant Maris, thank you tremendously. And maybe one day, Taylor and McBride, thank you so much. And everybody else, Sergeant Aaron Humphreys, Sergeant Fareed for putting this on. I really appreciate it. Everything you guys have done. Sergeant Haynes, thank you. That's all I have to say. I really appreciate everybody. And have a great day. I missed one that I need to talk about. Thank you, Logan. Captain Dixon, my man. He was the reason why I was able to get out of the EOS. Even though I love the EOS, if it wasn't for him, I would still be there. He was my replacement. Thank you. Love you, man. Thank you. Thanks, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, this